Welcome to FamilyPreneur, the podcast for parent entrepreneurs
raising kidpreneurs.
It's time for your weekly dose of inspiration and actionable tips to build your business and find better balance, all while strengthening your family. And now we'd like to introduce your host.
She's my mom and thebomb.com, Meg Brunson.
Hey there, welcome to episode number 92 of the FamilyPreneur podcast. As you know, we publish 3 episodes a week, and at the end of the week, I like to wrap things up with some Friday reflections. So, Facebook privacy concerns have been really hot topics this week for 2 main reasons. First of all, Facebook has publicly stepped out to announce that they're going to shift the focus of the Facebook platform towards avenues that are more private, like Messenger and Stories, coupled with the fact that the guy who is largely responsible for the newsfeed recently left the company. And now rumors are flying that the newsfeed is going to be gone soon, which would obviously have some big implications for us as business owners. And secondly, in light of that announcement, some people are rolling their eyes because they don't think that they have privacy on Facebook to begin with. They don't think that that's likely to happen anytime soon, mainly because they believe that Facebook is monetizing, that they are profiting off of selling information to advertisers on a regular basis. So today, what I want to do is lay it all out for you. I've had a lot of people reach out to me privately over the past week or so because they want this stuff broken down in a way that they can understand it. What does advertising and privacy really look like on Facebook? And what should we be doing to prepare for any of these upcoming changes that Facebook is talking about, this shift towards private interactions? What does it actually mean for us? So we are going to just break that down for you today. First, I want to talk about the Facebook privacy concerns as they are right now. What does Facebook know about you? How do they know it? And then what are they doing with that information? I want to focus on that first because it's kind of the immediate stuff that's actually going on around us as we speak. So we know that Facebook knows a lot about us, right? Facebook knows what we're interested in, where we live, when we're traveling, the things that we purchase. They seem to have eyes and ears on everything that we do. And I want to talk about some of the ways that they learn so much stuff about us. The first way is that we tell them. So they're able to analyze anything that you put into your Facebook profile directly. So once you enter your birthday or the date you got married or the date that you had children, any of that stuff, once you input that into your Facebook profile, Facebook has now learned something about you, your marital status or your relationship status, how old your kids are, things like that. You're also being pixeled. So we've talked about the pixel before, mainly from the perspective of how to leverage the Facebook pixel if you're a business owner. Now, just to break it down in case this is a new term for you, the pixel is a little bit of HTML coding that you copy from your ad account and you paste it on your website, and it allows your website to communicate with your ad account, which from an advertiser perspective gives you a ton of insights into your web visitors. And from Facebook's perspective, they have tons of advertisers leveraging the Facebook pixel, which gives them a ton of data on all of the users. So anytime you access an app or a website that has the Facebook pixel installed, you are communicating information to Facebook that Facebook is able to then tie your Facebook profile that you are logged in on your device with to the apps and the websites that you are using so that Facebook learns a little bit more about the things that you are interested in and how you're using the internet. Now, thirdly, you provide data to Facebook through location services. I should say this is not an extensive list. These are just some of the most popular ones. So you also provide data through your location services. On your cell phone and other devices, Facebook is able to see where you are logging in from. So they know where you currently are. You know, the areas where you spend the most time is likely your home, right? So they know where you live. And they know when you're traveling based on where you're logging into Facebook from. So those are 3 of the ways that they learn stuff about you. Now, what do they do with that information? Facebook does, in fact, allow marketers to target based on those things. So as a marketer, you can go in and run an ad to tell Facebook that you want to reach people based on where they live, where they travel, the websites and interests that they have, content they consume, products that they purchase, etc. However, they do not make it public knowledge. They do not allow marketers to know exactly who we're targeting. So they will tell you the size of your audience, but they will not tell you exactly who is in that audience. And if the audience is too small, they will not let you run ads to that audience. So you cannot be super creepy and intentionally target like one person and run an ad to them. Facebook will not allow that to happen. And they do this because they do respect your privacy. They don't want to out you as a person that is in this audience. Does that make sense? The way that Facebook handles this with marketers does in fact preserve some privacy. Now, if you target an ad to women who live in my personal zip code with school-aged children, then I'm likely to see your ad, right? But you're never going to know for certain that Meg Brunson was a person who saw your ad. Facebook is not using this data to destroy our right to privacy and profit off the unethical sale of this information. They're using the data instead to curate your Facebook experience so that it's relevant to you, so that the ads that you're seeing are ads that you don't mind seeing. They're things that interest you. It's a win-win for advertisers and consumers alike. I can tell you that I don't mind getting ads that let me know when Converse has released their newest colors and prints. I welcome those ads. Now, my husband may disagree with me, and that's his prerogative, but I enjoy seeing those ads. And if Facebook removed the ability for Converse to target based on my data, I would likely miss that content, and my feet would sadly stay in last season's styles for far too long. So I'm not saying that Facebook never makes mistakes. Facebook is run by humans. It's a tech company. We know that technology is glitchy and that humans make mistakes. Facebook has been hacked. They have had to learn difficult lessons. They've had to put up new safety procedures. And all of that is a big part of the reason why Facebook is always changing, because they are trying to stay ahead of overly ambitious hackers, and they're trying to provide the best user experience on the platform. So the second big thing I want to address is the recent announcement by Facebook that they are shifting to more privacy-focused avenues and what you should be doing with that information. Number one, I love that Facebook keeps us up to date with their plans. It means that we have notice to when things are going to be changing, and we can take an active role in testing and monitoring our marketing efforts to see how these changes are impacting those marketing strategies. What we should not be doing at this point in time is overreacting, freaking out, and panicking. Yes, Facebook changes things all the time, and we adapt to those changes, and we are all fine afterwards. Panicking now is not going to help anything. Instead, take some time to attempt to understand the reasoning behind Facebook's actions. If we understand why they're doing whatever it is that they're doing, it often helps us to shift our mindset and make it work for us and make it work for our business. So first of all, you should always be diversifying and trying new things. I love Facebook more than pretty much anybody I know, but I am also on other platforms. You are listening to one right now, podcasting. Now, if Facebook does disappear tomorrow, I know that I can still reach you right here on this podcasting platform, and my audience knows that they can find me here, right? So I'm diversifying my platforms where I am promoting myself and my services. You should also always be testing. Facebook says today that they like the looks of Messenger and Stories. Guess what they said 3 years ago? Can you think back that far? Can you remember? 3 years ago, they mentioned that they liked Facebook Live. Now think about how huge Facebook Live has been for us over these past 3 years. They're trying to help us here. It's not that they want us in stories. Facebook is seeing these trends and they're trying to make us be aware of them. People, the general users, are using stories and Messenger more often. So that's a clue for us that we should be tinkering and testing in those areas. And that goes for both organic and paid content. We need to start thinking about how we can work stories into our organic strategy, for example, but we also need to design ads that will be optimized for stories. And I know, I smell a future training in there. It'll be coming, I'm sure. So the best thing you can do, honestly, is follow someone who's keeping their finger on the pulse of all of these changes. And if you're listening to this podcast, I think you're already doing that. Since leaving my job at Facebook, I've made it my mission to help other entrepreneurs and small business owners navigate these changes. I'll be attending Facebook's annual developer conference, F8, in just a couple of weeks. So make sure you're also following me on Instagram, where I will be sharing tons of stories related to what they are discussing and revealing at F8. You can follow me on Instagram. I'm at the Meg Brunson. So Instagram.com/the Meg Brunson. I will share insights also through the podcast, the blog, kind of everywhere. But given the topic of discussion here, I encourage you to follow me on Instagram and pay attention to my stories there. You can see how I am sharing information from F8 through my Instagram stories. If you have any questions about this most recent privacy fiasco where Facebook is concerned, a great place to ask them is within the FamilyPreneur community. So head over to FamilyPreneurCommunity.com. If you are not already a member, just request access. It is a free group, and you can ask any questions that you have in there. Don't be intimidated. Don't be nervous by these changes. Understand that Facebook's primary focus is on improving the user experience. And really, deep down at its core, Facebook does want businesses to be successful on Facebook because they will spend more time, they will spend more money. So it's in Facebook's best interest to keep us abreast of any changes, which is what they're doing with these announcements. They're giving us hints as to where we should focus our attention going forward. And I encourage you to listen to those hints and start dabbling in things like Messenger and stories. Start seeing some unique and different ways you can leverage both your organic and your advertising content. Thanks again for joining me today. I hope this has been helpful to help you understand all of those privacy discussions, and I look forward to another great week next week. Talk to you soon. Bye.
Did you know that my mom has a Facebook page, Instagram account, YouTube channel, and more? Her username is The Meg Brunson. Just about everywhere. You should go follow her.